Alright, Zai here, bringing you my MLG Day 3 / end of the tournament recap. Yes, this is my desktop. Yes, MC is a silly bitch. Moving on. Where did we end Day 2? Somewhere around here? Something? Let's start with predictions of mine and all that good stuff. Prediction 1. Well, I had a prediction about all the guys like Red Torp and stuff failing. That was obvious that was going to happen. None of them made it past like losers bracket around 6 or so. Moving on. Prediction 1, I said NST would not make the Final 8. If you look closely, you have Final 4 from the winners, Final 4 from the losers. No NST. NST got knocked out by HeyPro. So, genius pull by me there, considering NST was one of the favorites to win it. The ungenius pull was that I said everybody would love to play HeyPro in the losers bracket. I said HeyPro would lose 2-0 to whoever he played, which I was correct, although losing 2-0 to Lenok is no shame. Not a shameful thing. You'll see why soon if you don't already know. Obviously, spoilers, blah blah blah. But yeah, I said HeyPro would lose 2-0 to whoever he played, which he did, but then I also said that people would love to play HeyPro in the losers bracket. 2-0, 2-1 against Select, 2-1 against Kiwikaki, 2-1 against NST. So not only was he cleaning up the losers bracket, but he was giving us all rubber matches, and we love to see those. Eventually falling 2-1 to MVP, but again, no shame in losing 2-1 to MVP, no shame in losing 2-0 to Lenok. So an extremely impressive outing by HeyPro right now. He even beat Idra in the 7th and 8th place match because Idra got DQ'd. Seriously, Idra, grow up. Moving on. What do we got going on here? I shall go over some of the matches. We'll start right here. Start with these guys. Like I said, MVP beating HeyPro. Impressive run by HeyPro. I know HeyPro clearly watches every one of my videos, so I apologize to you for doubting you. For this Team Liquid member. Idra against Lenok. Idra, seriously, quit GGing in games that aren't over. Remember a couple days ago, aka yesterday, when NST played Slush, right over here? NST lost the game. The game was over. NST was done, and Slush pissed the game away and lost it. I doubt Lenok would have done that, because Lenok's not Slush, but stay in the damn game, drone up hard, and pray that one of your banelings blows up 16 lings. Zerg is the matchup where like you can be behind, and just with 1 or 2 lucky baneling plays you can catch up. We saw somebody, I think in DRG Lenok game, Dongryu killed like 7 banelings with 2 of his own, something crazy. Quit being such a bitch, Idra. It makes it so hard to love you. That said, Huck was disappointing. Yeah, I beat Hero 2-0. Hero's not bad, but I mean, Huck should beat Hero 2-0. And then Huck lost to Naniwa and Lenok. Naniwa and Lenok were the 1-2 players, but I don't know, we expect more from that out of Huck, especially after Huck took the lead on Naniwa with some pretty sick micro in that first game. Marine King, fan favorite. Trying to tear up the losers bracket. Violet, State, Reigns, Show, I think it's pronounced, all falling. But MVP proved too much for Marine King, and once again, you gotta beat MVP eventually if you're gonna go deep in one of these. And he just didn't. What other predictions I had? Oh, my pick to win it was Dongryu, and he was looking good for me for a while. He was in the winners bracket finals. So at worst he's taken 3rd at this point, but he fell to Naniwa 2-0 with some pretty greedy play. And I don't know, Naniwa played pretty good, but against NST and Dongryu, he just 2-base all in basically, and okay, he 2-base timing. I don't want to call him all in, but it just punished the expanders, which is good. I'm glad to see people are finally punishing the greedy play and not being like, oh, we have to play an honorable macro game. But disappointing. And then taking his 2-0 lead against Lenok, Dongryu fell 4-1. He just got out-zerged. That brought us to the finals, Lenok against Naniwa, and once again, I was happy to see Naniwa at least punish some Zerg players for being too greedy, and I was happy to see Lenok punish Naniwa for being too greedy. I see this with MVP a lot too. He goes like 3 command centers on 1 barracks. That means he has no units, and you could just kill him with 1 base or a quick 2-base push. Nobody does it though. It seems like people feel like they don't want to be cheesy or BM or something. I don't know. Why is my frap 0? I hope it's actually working. Oh, it's because I wasn't moving anything, so it didn't need any frames per second. Got it! Anyway. Oh, and this thing, I don't use Internet Explorer. I don't know why that icon's still there. Don't hate me. Firefox. That said, congrats to Lenok. He played very impressively. He was something, I think, 35-4 throughout this tournament, which is only the second best win ratio behind Naniwa's like 26-2, I believe it was, at MLG Dallas. The big difference was MLG Dallas had like no competition, and this MLG, well, who did Lenok have to beat? You know, he 2-0'd Boxer, 2-0'd Slush, 2-1 MMA, 2-0'd Idra, 2-0'd Huck, 2-0'd MVP, 4-1 Dongrigu, and then 4-1 Naniwa. You know, decent players. Might have heard of a couple of them, like Idra, Huck, MMA, and MVP. Basically, Dongrigu beat all the best Koreans except for maybe Nesty, not Dongrigu, Lenok. And he beat the two most well-known foreigners too, in Huck and Idra, and shoot, Naniwa deserves to be recognized as a top foreigner now, and he beat him as well. Lenok just tore it up. The most impressive MLG run out there, period. That's not really debatable. Next year's MLGs, the locations are going to be released soon. People are making jokes and comments about me and Sai playing in them. If there's an MLG in California, Oregon, or Washington, or I guess Vegas or Reno too, I would consider it. But I'm not going to fly somewhere really far away and spend like $2 grand doing an MLG when I'll be like, well, let's see where I'll probably, I might make it to here before losing. I don't know, maybe here if I have a good day. But no, I'd need like ridiculously good draws to even make it as far as like round 4 or 5. So if it's close, I'd consider it, but like I said, I'm not going to spend $1,500. That's expensive. That's all. Hopefully you guys like the MLG wrap-ups. If I missed anything, screw you. I'm perfect. And oh, I wanted to laugh at the seeding too, because MLG like wasn't having foreigner or Koreans and stuff right away. You look at the seeding. Seeded player, loss, win, loss. Well, Adrian and MC were both seeded, but you know, the top seeded player. So the seeded players went 1-3 in this group. 1-3 in this group. Dongrigu, of course, winning his against Lenok. And again, he was seeded and he ended up taking down this group. But he wasn't top seed, even top 2 seed. In this group, loss, win. So at least Naniwa, top seed, who won it. And this group, loss, win. So the high seeded player only won 1 match in each of the 4 seeds. That's just worse than like probability. Like probability says, you know, if they're 50-50 players, the top seeded players no better, no worse, that half the seeded players would win their matches. But instead, only 1 in 4 did. So congrats to Huck, Naniwa, Dongrigu against Lenok, and MC for actually doing that. Now I'm done for real.